And just like every other time, it is a day to be great. It is a time shared. And today
Yep, it's Kory Lau here.
we got Kory Lau here. Kory, just to get you up to speed real quick, this podcast is all about providing people with positive reinforcement that things can be done. Things that you've been doing, things that other people who've been on the show have been doing, anything that's creative, innovating, and ultimately paving your own way. So if you just want to go ahead and take a moment, get people up to speed on information they should know about you before we get going.
All right, yeah, my name's Kory. I'm 20 years old. I inherited a restaurant called the Dollar Cafe. If you guys ever like wings or in Atlanta, come through. Um, I would say that I've definitely had a privileged life compared to most others. Um, but just like everything else, everybody has, their negatives and positives, which I'm really big on. And it's really just how you come at things, no matter how positive or how negative, coming at it pretty evenly. And that's like really just like my normal mindset on things. You just have the whole thing is just mindset for me on most things. Parents divorced at a young age doesn't really affect me. Like, you just got to come at everything very in the middle. No matter how positive it gets, just got to keep doing your thing. And for me, that's submerging into my work. It's just better for me all around, because once I start doing other things, it just gets kind of out of hand. So it's just better for me just to be submerged in my work. That's why it's my first podcast ever.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, so I don't really like come out and do things like this because, I'm 20 years old. I don't really have much to say yet, or I don't think I do.
See, you don't think you do, but you do. Here, wait, let's move this. Maybe right here so I can pick you up better. Yeah, so you can like feel more comfortable talking into
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Here's the thing, right? So what we're doing right now, the fact that we're creating a space, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, and the space began. We created a space. We're here right now, and I'm cozy. You're cozy. And from what I'm getting, man, is, you're not seeing that you have a lot more value. You think that maybe you might not have much to bring to the table, but the fact that you're out here innovating, the fact that you've been able to keep a business going, even if you inherited it, no matter what the situation was, the fact that you've been able to maintain and continue to grow is what we're here today for. So what exactly, what is the restaurant that, you have for anyone watching right now?
Basically, it's a chicken wing restaurant, kind of like Asian fusion kind of ordeal. We got like sesame chicken, mandarin chicken, but all the way down, Philly steaks and cheeseburgers, down to, tilapia, catfish, and just like a whole bunch of different things. Really, it's kind of crazy. Really just trying to build out systems right now to make it more efficient and to handle a bigger client load, because right now I'm in the midst of making some ads right now. Maybe if you want to edit in, I'll give you a clip of this new video I just had my boy at Jeffrey Murray. If you guys ever need video content made, hit that guy up. He's a genius. I'll send you the video, and maybe you could throw it in there on the corner or something. And yeah, I'm about to do this whole social media campaign and see where it really takes me. You see, I've been doing marketing, the whole marketing ordeal, since like high school. Really, it's kind of crazy. I'll take it all the way back to the beginning. I went to high school at Peachtree Ridge High School here in Gwinnett County, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was really just like quiet kid in the back, didn't really know, didn't really have much to say, really still trying to figure myself out, which is most kids in high school. Really got into marketing when I joined DECA at my school, and marketing pathways that they had at the school. They had business pathways, marketing pathways. So that was really cool, and I really got into wanting to do the marketing, and that's just what I ended up doing. And it's kind of funny because I was doing some marketing for the restaurant, and I actually had to do some like marketing from that I learned in high school, like the one class I actually learned something in high school. It's actually kind of funny. And I don't know, it was like around my junior year of high school, I was like started listening to Gary Vee, Ty Lopez a lot, and like it was literally got to a point where I was in math. I think it was like calculus or something like that, or pre-calculus, and I would literally just be listening to Gary Vee or Ty Lopez in my earpods or earphones, and earpods, that's funny. And I'd be writing notes down about what they're talking about instead of actually looking at the notes. And I don't know, it really got to a point I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna go to college. Like, I don't need to. Like I can literally look anything I want up on YouTube or go on Google, which I think a lot of people don't understand. Like literally, I was building out a new system for the restaurant, like inventory, because it was really bad. Like they literally just write things down on a notepad, give it to me, and I have to go buy it. So I'm literally running to 3 different stores every day, and I literally go on YouTube. I hit up a few people on DMs that I've been talking to about helping me grow my business, and they all tell me to look up FIFO, first in, first out, which I guess is a pretty basic concept. I asked one of my buddies about it. He's like,
yeah, there's LIFO and FIFO.
Yeah, right, exactly. I didn't know about any of this. Like, so I'm on YouTube looking it up, and boom, I have a first in, first out inventory system in like a matter of days. You know, there's a couple of things I have to go finish labeling today, but I mean, I pretty much got it going. And yeah, I mean, it's like I didn't have to go to school to learn anything of that. It's all just straight off YouTube, and I kind of learned that at an early age, especially listening. Like, everybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Gary Vee fan. Like, I will preach anything that guy.
He kicks ass, man. He kicks ass.
He
Undeniable.
Is. Yeah, he's not just a CEO. He's a motherfucking CEO. He's an MF CEO for sure. Like, that dude does what he wants, wears what he wants. Like, he's not some like uptuck dude. I've met him twice. Definitely a huge inspiration of mine. But yeah, that's really how I just like want to go at life. Really just preaching the happiness, and obviously, you know, just doing what you want to do and just not letting other people's opinions affect you. Like, I feel like a lot in society now, a lot of people are very egotistical, and people are just get overinflated about what other people think, especially because of social media, like comments. It's like, man, I always get the Snapchat, oh, go like and comment my Instagram picture. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't. Wow. Like, if that's what fulfills you as a person, I mean, it's just like, you really need to find a hobby or something. Like, a lot of people are scared of failure, which I think is hilarious. I have a whole bunch of stories where I just absolutely sucked ass at something, and I just keep practicing and practicing. I guess the most funniest example I used to say, I was on a vacation and I was skimboarding. You ever know skimboarding?
Oh gosh.
And I had one of my uncles. He was just killing it. Could skimboard left, right. I was like, man, I couldn't even get on this thing. Literally, there's a video of me. I don't know where it's at, but there's a video of me like out just practicing, and I was just falling like time after time. But I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do this. And by the next day, I'm over here skimboarding down, you know, down the beach, and it was just like, things like that is like really like what people are scared of. People are scared to get that video of them fucking up. Like, that for me is just kind of like the phoenix rise, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the come up. Like, that's the best thing. It's like people see you slowly just being asked to just being, you know, semi-decent, or, you know, as much as you practice anything you want to do, it all just comes down to consistency is what I've just found out. That's why I really like to be, especially with this restaurant, a lot of people don't see me going out anymore or doing a whole bunch of like crazy things, because it's like I'm really trying to submerge myself at 20 years old into just doing the work. So by the time I am 30, I do have life figured out. And I know a lot of people don't even think like that. A lot of people like to think very on the micro scale instead of the macro. And I feel like a lot of people are just trying to move life too quick. I mean, a lot of the things people are going by, people are, you know, I mean, I'm just like really just copying what other people are saying, but people are just basing it on old timelines.
We are
right.
We are a complete. I mean, we are our perception. So you're not copying what other people are saying. You're incorporating them in the right way, which other people aren't doing.
Right. And it's really just a lot of people think that you have to have it figured out now or have it figured out by, you know, 23, 25, and that's just not the case. Like, especially with like how medicine nowadays is, and I know we have this whole coronavirus thing going on, that stuff's crazy, but other than that, like with medicine nowadays, you're living to like 90, 100, you know what I'm saying? Time. So like, I'm 20 years old, like I'm nowhere even near the beginning. Like, I'm still trying to figure out who I am myself. Like, and that's what let
me stop you real quick.
Yeah.
See, you're 20 years old, you own a restaurant. It doesn't matter how you came to the possession. You own a restaurant, and in a matter of days, you not only updated the inventory system, you're trying to market the restaurant, and you're trying to expand, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you trying to franchise, or are you just trying to continue?
I'm just trying to grow. I'm just taking it one step at a time right now. I haven't even thought. I'm trying to get this one going really well first, and once I get this one going to properly how I want it set up, then I can go ahead and copy and see if this is all right now in theory. I don't really know for sure if this is going to work. So I need to make sure it does work for this one and make sure it's, repeatable throughout multiple restaurants.
See, I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit, man. You're 20 years old and you own a restaurant. And not only do you own a restaurant, but you're inspired to push it in a direction that will be successful. Not if or hope or maybe. It will be successful, clearly due to your mindset, the research that you do, the people you follow. And I just feel like you're undervaluing yourself a lot, man.
I mean, like I said,
20 years old, man.
I mean,
and you're already fucking shit up out here.
Right. I mean, that's just the mindset you got to have. I mean, you can't. I mean, I went through that phase before where I think, I'm the shit, like I'm that guy. Like that's not me. Like, I mean, look at what I'm wearing. My buddy's No Entitlement brand. Big shout out to my boy Sam. Actually, I will rep this till the day I die. I love this brand message. Like I said, the entitlement people have nowadays, it's just crazy. I mean, look, I got some Old Navy joggers on, barely even fit me, to be honest. Some Vans, like all that stuff. I have the Supreme shirts outside. It doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't. I mean, really, just going and keeping going and just building on myself every day is what keeps me going. Like, just making sure one day I'll be able to help out friends, family. I mean, I feel like you're a detriment to society if you're not being your best self.
Okay.
Because, I mean, everybody has the potential, and it's really all just comes down to, like what I said, mindset. You're in America. I mean, if you're in America and you have a smartphone, there's really just no excuses nowadays. You like, one of the biggest things for me is just what I tell people is like, how do I get started? How do I build my own business? My number one thing I always tell people is to just get in the mindset. Go watch the YouTube videos on, the top people. I always give them, the natural, the Gary V. Go look at, because that's how I got started. And, they give you a good, base foundation on how to get to, how to become that better person, how to get to the next level. And that's always been like my biggest thing. Like, once I started watching it, like anything I really got into, I kind of realized at a young age that I got really good at it. If I liked it, I got really good at it. I played basketball in middle school. I could shoot 3-pointers, lights out. And I really liked doing that. And then I started getting into like playing Call of Duty and like started trying to do like, the game battles, the 4v4s, like, oh, the nerds or whatever. Now these dudes are making millions. I'm telling you right now, shout out to my mom, or not shout out to my mom. I would have been a professional video gamer right now.
That's nuts up, dude.
If I never got grounded.
That's hilarious.
And I just got really good at it. Like, I'd make money playing Call of Duty, playing wagers and stuff like that at a young age, like in middle school. And I just kind of realized, and then I kind of went through a phase I didn't know where I really wanted to do, and that's why I ended up here in Atlanta. I actually lived in California.
Where in California?
Sacramento.
So what's the what's the business aspect like over there versus here? Is it like, what I've heard is that it's really cutthroat over there? I don't even
know. I just know I like Atlanta a lot more because it's just a lot more fast paced. The only thing that I really like to say that how I can compare the two cities is just how traffic moves. Like, I can be going like 70, 75 down Atlanta and somebody moving like 85, 90 by me. If I'm going 70, 75 in California, I'm like the fastest dude on the highway. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
I know that's a big problem they got over there.
Right.
Traffic
is a huge problem. I mean, it's a huge problem here too. But I mean, it's just like, I kind of like to compare. It's like, it's just more fast paced here. Maybe that's just my mindset when I'm here versus over there. I don't know. But that's just kind of, it just feels more, everything's just more here for me at pace. I have a lot of business buddies here that I can connect with and talk to versus Sacramento. Because like I said, I did high school here. I didn't do high school in Sacramento. So
you built that network.
Right. I built the network here. And everything just felt more fast-paced here for me, which I like. I didn't like being sometimes in California and just being at home all day. Like, that just didn't feel right.
Okay, so if we were to run things back to right when you got the restaurant, right when you were starting to get involved, right? What were some of the things that you initially realized that you were going to have to change about not only your mindset, but the situation itself? I know you mentioned one of them was inventory, but what are some other things that... Right when you got there. So wait, actually, let me run it back a little further. So what led up to you inheriting the restaurant, if you don't mind me asking?
I was in California, and really, it was kind of just like a mindset, because let me just run it back even further. I got out of high school, I was making money, and I wasn't going to college, so I just moved out. Like, that summer of high school, I just moved out. Don't ever do that. Don't be me. That was one of the biggest life lessons I learned. Don't move out just because you're making money. Like, make sure it's consistent money. That's why I'm moving out now. And when I just moved out right out of high school, oh my gosh, like it was bad. I was partying, doing all that stuff. But it was different for me. Everybody was in college and, everybody had support versus where if I go out and party, I'm spending my own money and, I have to go make my own money. So it was really, I kind of got into that swirl of like doing all that. And then I was like, all right, got to go to California. I just had to go to California, get a reset on my mind, get back to where I used to be. Because when I got out in high school, I'm not going to lie, I had a schedule. I go to school, I do this, I do that. I come home and I work out and I listen to Gary Vee, try to figure out, I was doing drop shipping at the time. How can I make my store better? And doing social media marketing, like the digital marketing whole aspect, people trying to build agencies. I was trying to do that. And so I was doing all that in my free time, and really it just put me in a schedule. And then when I left high school, I didn't really have a schedule. It was just kind of just me. It was like, Kory, I can do whatever I want. I can go to Chick-fil-A at, 12 o'clock when usually I would have school. It doesn't matter. I didn't have any rules. So it was, that whole year is really just me kind of just fucking up almost in a sense, even though I was still learning. But to me, looking back at it, it seems like I was fucking up because I didn't have any guidelines and rules for myself versus whereas now, I'm on a pretty tight schedule. Like I can't, just go out and do whatever I want to do now. Like, which is how I like it to be. Like I said, like when I'm submerged in my work, that's when it's best for me right now.
Okay. Because
at 20 years old, I believe that if I put in the work now, it's going to pay off versus where everybody's having fun now. I'm going to be,
set later, having fun for life.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Like I said, I want to build it now. We have a long life.
Okay. So that's the backstory on the mindset that it even took to get you to the point where you were like, hey, I'm not just about to go party all the time, because let's be real, Buckhead 20 years from now is still going to be there.
Right.
All the bars are still going to be there, but what's not going to be there is the same opportunities and the growth that you could have done over that
and
time.
The risk you can take right now is actually kind of crazy. At a young age, I can go completely to zero and just, all right, I got to restart, come back to my dad's house and try to figure it out again. I mean, like, seriously, like I can mess up 1,000 times over right now and I'll be straight. And I really do believe with my mindset, just over time, because I don't look at it micro, I look at it macro. Over time, what I'm doing will eventually pay off. That's how I see it. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just a crazy dude. Because it's just so funny. Like I was looking at, there was a tweet that I saw. It was like, maybe you're just some crazy dude that only like 1 to 5% of people believe in the world, and you're some like crazy dude who has just like dreams and aspirations. It's like, maybe it's just not gonna work out. I'm just gonna look like a dumbass, which I'm completely okay with. Like if I fuck up, like that's like my loss. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the economy comes and I'm just like in fucking debt for life. Like I have no idea. Like that's the things I just like think about. And it's like, I just don't really care. I'm in a good place out of life right now. I'm really happy with myself. And that's really just the biggest part. I'm growing as a human being and really just trying to be the best version of myself.
So do you think, see, what you just said right there was great. You said, I don't mind going out there because this is the perfect time to take a risk. Because even if I go all the way back down to zero, or fuck it, maybe I go under zero, maybe I'm in debt. At least I'm at a place where I can still restart. I can come back to my parents' house. I can go to crash on my homie's crib. Whatever the fuck someone's situation is that's listening right now. But what I'm trying to get at right now is when you first came into the position of ownership and you realized, like, I can mess this one up or I can turn this into something that can ultimately feed me for the rest of my life. What were some of the things that you realized right away that you were going to have to master? You talked about inventory. What about, what is it? The marketing aspect. You said that you want to market better.
Oh, the marketing aspect? Okay, so, I mean, yeah, obviously I've had my failures with that as well.
You said you did e-commerce?
I did e-commerce. It's completely different marketing, though. It's actually way different. And with restaurants, I was running ads, a few months ago. And I was just running an ad and really just throwing money at it. And nothing, I mean, I can kind of see like a, ticket total in price of, people, more people are coming in, but it was really nothing I can, put into an equation saying I did this to equals this person coming in. So that was a huge problem for me. And I would say the way I've kind of come at it, and I turned off all my ads on every platform besides delivery platforms, which is if you own a restaurant, of any kind of fast food, I highly recommend doing delivery services. I've got this machine called Order Marks, and it's just one tablet and one receipt machine versus where if
You
you're
have
using,
a bunch of tablets.
you got a bunch of tablets for Postmates, Grubhub, Uber Eats.
Holy shit! So what does that app do? It combines all.
It combines all of them into one system. So I have like 5 or 6 delivery systems coming to my restaurant at once, bringing me in revenue and eyes to my restaurant.
Do you understand how many different restaurants I've been to that have that multiple tablet setup?
Oh yeah, I know, 100%. And that was a huge problem that I came in and saw. I'm like, because for me right now, there is some times where workers take off and I have to go work, the front of the restaurant. That's how it is right now. And like we're still growing, and so when I do that, that was just a huge problem. And it was almost a good thing that it was like that for me coming in, because then I could see the problems myself of how I could make it more efficient for my employees. Not just for now, but in the future.
It.
Right,
Do
exactly.
you think that's
I'm doing what
important
they're
for
doing.
people?
I feel like
going through, not necessarily the struggle, but going through the tougher end of the business to understand when you're at the higher end what you need to be pushing down in order to keep the group.
100%. Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you can live what they're doing, not only are you showing them the leadership that you're willing to do what they're doing, that's just a huge just standard in general. It's like, I'm willing to do what you do. So like, don't sit here and complain to me about this is hard. Like, I'll do what you do. I don't care. So that's just a huge, just standard to set. And it does just make your business more in general efficient, because you're going through and seeing things that are wrong, and you can make it better. So like the thing with the tablets where I'm pressing on it, it just automatically comes out the receipt printer now. You don't have to tap on anything. It just comes out, boom, give it to the chef. Really, I can make it more efficient now. I can already tell you how I can make it more efficient. I can throw up, how McDonald's has it, a computer screen like in the back for the cooks to see. I mean, there's just a lot of different ways I know I can make it more efficient. I just have to, not just grow it too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't want to put too much liquid revenue,
right.
Not revenue, liquid cash into the business.
Right. I want to let it grow on its own. Let it grow, naturally and progressively with the marketing and more people coming in and because, I don't need to take in a lot of money right now. So really most of the money that goes in the restaurant goes right back into it. So
you're just reinvesting. Okay.
Right. That's the way you got to do it at a young age. Like I said, I don't really pay a lot. Food I get at the restaurant, car insurance, phone. Yeah, that's it. Whatever minusculous subscriptions I have, but most of it is really just, most of my investments are into my business.
Wow. So you said that, was it Eddie Murphy that you said? Or
Oh yeah, about the movie Coming to America.
So they rented the place out?
Yeah.
So how does that work? Do they first get in contact with you and they offer you a pitch to rent the place out, or do they
it's just a contract. They come out and rent the place out for like a month or so, and they just pay you. And if they use anything, they'll pay you for that as well.
So how was the experience doing that? Did that show you that not only is there...
I wasn't really allowed in there. So when they rented it out, it was theirs. Like, it was their building. So, I could kind of drive by the outside and you can see it. But,
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you're not really, but I do know it was... I never watched Coming to America, which I need to. I just haven't found the time
filmed in
yet.
your restaurant.
Right. It's not out in theaters yet. The second one. The first one came out in like the 90s. I just haven't had time to watch it yet. So I know they have like a restaurant that's like a fake McDonald's. I forgot what it's called. It's like McDonald's, or I don't even know how to say it. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. People are probably going to kill me for that. And yeah, that's what they turned our restaurant into. So that's all I know.
Okay. So to backtrack a little bit, how exactly did the restaurant end up in your ownership is what I'm just trying to get at. So were you innovating in your own life, and eventually they were like, wait a minute, we got to give the restaurant to somebody. This is a person, or how did it work? I feel like there's a really interesting story behind this.
I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Thinking about it now, because as a kid, I didn't really realize it around the tools that I had. I really was just, at a younger age, I was really just kind of going at things on my own and not really asking for any help or advice when I really had a lot of it around me. So, my family is basically full of entrepreneurs. So my dad owns his own sign company. He builds signs for, businesses like those big signs, billboards, whatnot.
They pay, bro.
Oh yeah.
They pay.
And then my other uncle owns, a franchise of MMA gyms in Atlanta, Team Octopus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I mean, there's just a lot of tools that I had around me that I never really utilized up until now. And inheriting it, my grandfather, he owned a franchise of restaurants. I mean, I was called China Cafeteria, and he just recently sold them off, and he just owns all the real estate on them now. And I got one of those restaurants, and it was called the Dollar Cafe.
Okay, so did multiple people in your family get restaurants, or was it just
No, he sold them all off to other people.
and just saved one for you?
Yep.
Damn. So what was your relationship with him like for that to happen?
It's just kind of crazy. I mean, I worked there in high school. As a kid, like I said, I lived in California, so I was never really close with him. Up until really high school. Up until high school when I started working there at the Dollar Cafe, on Saturdays and Friday nights. I didn't really talk to him that much, but I would always tell him what. It's kind of funny. He knows more about my business ventures than probably my own parents do. Just like over time. And like really like, I don't know, like after I ended high school and I was trying to do my own thing, I kind of like distanced myself again, which is kind of funny. And then we just started reconnecting again, a little over a year ago. And he was just like, yeah, you can run the place. And I was like, all right. And then drove across America from California because I had just bought a car in California.
So you drove here.
So I drove from Sacramento, California to here. It took me a week, but it was actually a really cool experience. I went down to Scottsdale. That was fun. Scottsdale, Arizona. Got to see some of my cousins. Went down to Dallas, and I went down to Austin, Texas. See my cousin and one of my uncles I had never met before actually, and another one of my cousins. So it was really just a good experience. Got to see my other grandparents in Gunnersville, Alabama. So it was like a really fun trip for me. I got to see a lot of people, get to meet new people that, are my blood. So it was actually a really cool experience.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah. And most people actually don't even have, the capability to even do that. Most people are, have stuff they need to do. So just for me to be able to take a week just to say, all right, I'm just going to go. And honestly, it cost me more to drive across America with gas, getting food than taking the airplane, like by far.
But you had to get your car over here.
I had to get my car over here.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I was just kind of like, I just got a brand new car, and I was like, why not?
Okay, so
Packed
then
up and left.
You come over here, and first day, right when you get up to speed, right? Are you just kind of like
first day, right when I get up to speed?
Did you feel a little in over your head, or did you have the confidence there from the beginning? You were like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna make it happen.
You just nailed it right on it, dude. I mean, what I was really telling people is like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but I'll figure it out. And that's literally something that I kind of like almost think about tattooing. Like I'll figure it out. Like I feel like that's just my motto. A lot of people.
You do tattoos?
No, I have zero tattoos.
Oh, you want a tattoo?
I was saying that's like one of the things I could have got a tattoo of. Is like I'll figure it out.
Oh.
And
I'll figure it out. I like
dude,
that.
yeah. I mean, seriously, because how I feel like a lot of people go out life is like they go. They hit a wall, and then boom, I'm stuck. I have no idea what I need to do, and you just gotta find a way to get around it. We have so many ways to find out how to do stuff nowadays, especially with YouTube and Google. I always say at most, like if you want to figure anything out, you can literally just search it up. How do I do this? How do I do that? And it's really just the craziest like thing that you can do.
Okay, so from a sociological perspective, right? Like studying people, how people interact, from being an owner of a restaurant, what are some of the different types of employees that you've seen? Or do you still have the same staff from when you first came on? Or have you had to replace some people because they were kind of bullshitting, but, your grandfather wasn't picking up on it? Because, he was trying to get out at the time.
No, I still have the same staff. We're doing pretty good right now. Really just what it is for me is just I want to find it. It's just really, I want to find somebody who's like second to me. That's what I really noticed. And it's just really hard for me to find that person.
Like a manager.
Yeah,
type
right.
of person, like right
Right.
hand man,
Right.
someone you can give the keys to the store to, so they can open up, that kind of thing.
Right. And that for me is just really hard to find because I expect a lot, especially if you're gonna be my right hand guy. So that takes a lot of expectation from me, which I still have to work on because I can't. I already know I can't expect what I do. That's already in my head. I can't expect anybody to do what I do. It's my business. They just get a paycheck. So I mean, it's nothing. I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, it's also a huge weight on me because it's like if the business doesn't go, these people don't get a paycheck.
So you feel the pressure that not only do I have to succeed for my own benefit, but I'm putting food on the table for other people's families.
You feel the pressure, but I mean, you just got to keep on going. You just take it and take it as it goes. That's the thing. I mean, all of it hits you, but you just got to keep on pushing. You can't let that hold you back.
Okay, see, that's a great segue into my next point. So what are some of the things that you use to motivate you in the down times? Because come on, we all have times where we're just kind of like, shit, like, am I still doing this? Am I still going to keep this going? Can I keep this going? What are some of the things that you use to motivate yourself?
I mean, just really just all the bad things that can happen. I mean, really, down times happen for everybody. Like right now, I know I have some family members, going through pancreatic cancer. So, I mean, like, that hit me pretty hard, but I mean, you just always got to think it can get worse than that. A lot of people aren't nowhere near about the life I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Especially at 20 years old. And it's just really hard for me to get down when a lot of other people are living it a lot worse. And I can kind of just look and say, like, I mean, not even just in America. I think anybody in America can do what I'm doing. Seriously. I mean, I'm not anything. I mean, obviously, besides inheriting a restaurant, everybody can do that. But anybody can become successful if you're willing to put your mind and heart into it and be consistent with it. But yeah.
Damn, man. Okay, well, here's the thing. So here on A Time Shared, man, what this is all about is providing people not only a form of entertainment. Was that me? Not only giving people a form of entertainment, of course, but we're trying to leave them with the simplest thing that you can leave a person with, a mindset. So, you've studied up on a bunch of different mentors, a bunch of different people who have been successful, but you've been very successful. And I've noticed just from having this conversation with you that not only have you been very successful, but I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. So, yeah, we've been talking about like the generic sense of things, but what are some of the mindset that not only allows you to get involved in a business, give it your own touch, and ultimately create and expand it, but what are some of the things that you're starting to learn about every single day about yourself that you want to carry out as you continue the business venture? Like, not necessarily time management, not having a good attitude, but the things that, like, okay, when I have anxiety about something, I approach it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I'm low on inventory and there's customers that need things and things aren't happening, I calm down and I approach it this way. Have you been in any situations where you had to kind of contour and develop a new strategy in order to succeed? Because with the restaurant industry, man, you're pleasing customers. Customers always right. So I know there's probably been a bunch of situations where you're just kind of like, you can't really say too much. Have you had some of those issues?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, really for me, I always think more macro than micro. A lot of restaurants are very stingy on how they go about people who complain. I'll just remake them the food or whatever they want done. I really don't care. Because I know if I do that, I'll get their repeat business, and in the long run, it'll mean more to them. If something comes out bad or, they're not happy with it, what does Chick-fil-A do? They give you a free chicken biscuit, right?
Right. And they let you keep the food they already gave you.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
So, I mean, for me, I don't really develop much. I just go around and look at what other people do. I have friends who worked at Chick-fil-A. Guess what? I texted them, what did Chick-fil-A teach you? I'm learning how to do that. I'll give you one of my top secrets right here if you want to learn how to do marketing for any kind of business industry.
Hey, man,
on your own.
This is the space.
Look, this is what you do. You call up the digital agencies. You pretend you own the business. You say, hey, look, roofing. Let's say I want to be a roofer.
That's so crazy.
Hey, look, I'm trying to get roofing marketing. If you know anything little about marketing or have done any of your research into it, you know how the general system works. So you can ask them more in-depth questions than what they're usually used to getting, because mostly they're cold calling people who don't have any marketing. So now you're telling them you want their marketing, and now they're going to give you everything you want. So I was on a phone call with a dude, and he was telling me about this messenger bot on Facebook, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do you use? ClickFunnels to do that, or like, what do you do? He's like, ManyChat. Boom, looking up ManyChat while I'm on the call with him. So I realized he's trying to charge.
So okay, wow, that's really interesting. So you call people, marketing advisors up, and you act like you are the business, but you're not.
But I actually am the business when it comes to the restaurant.
Yeah, but you're just given a hypothetical situation, and then you use that.
Right.
That's genius.
Right, exactly. And then you just copy what they do. They were trying to charge me $1,500 to use ManyChat. Guess how much a ManyChat subscription was monthly?
How much?
$10.
So they were just gonna charge you for their service?
And ad spend.
So what's ad spend?
It was like $500.
Wait, we're kind of jumping the gun. What the hell is ManyChat?
ManyChat is basically this bot that, have you ever been on a Facebook Messenger chat and you're just clicking it and it responds like immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ManyChat. That's a bot. That's what it does for you. So
Okay.
when you click on my ad, it's going to say, claim your free, 6-piece wings. And they claim it. It takes you to Facebook Messenger. And then my little thing will come up, claim coupon. They press claim coupon. Okay, what's your email? And then their email will pop up. They press their email.
And you're also building an email list.
That's the way you got to do it. You see, a lot of people think that they can just use Facebook ads. But the thing is, they own that data. You got to own your own data when it comes to business. And that's how you make your ads cheaper. That's how you can put your ads anywhere. When you have the email list and when you have the phone list, that's what gives you the ability to run ads anywhere. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Google, you have the list. That's all lookalike audiences are on Facebook ads. They're all just lists that you have built by spending money on Facebook versus where I can get it for free because when somebody calls into the restaurant, I ask them for their phone number. So I get a free phone list just by people who call in takeout orders.
So now you know that you can send a promotion out to those numbers.
I don't send promotions out to them because I don't really know the law on that. I just build a lookalike audience on Facebook.
Not promotion, but you send them a text. Hey, we got the brand new combo set up, 50 cents.
Right, exactly. Yep. Yeah, I do that. The text message blast, and like literally, you can make an audience off that on multiple different platforms.
So has that proved to be effective?
Oh yeah, literally, there are like companies where they'll call it AI data.
AI data.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. So people are out here buying email lists and buying phone lists.
There are people who are white labeling their agencies around it.
Why? I don't understand. If you're trying to market something, wouldn't you want it to be for a specific audience?
Oh, the email lists are audience specific, so
but
they
generate the email list and sell it to you when you could just generate it on your own.
Right, practically.
Damn, that's crazy. See, I learned something new right there. Wow, so people are really out here doing that.
Yeah, there's ways. Have you never thought about why you get ads on Facebook for things you just looked up on Google?
Yeah, like cookies and whatnot.
Yeah, like the cookies, they get your email and they put those into email lists.
That's so
that's how you get the ads.
That's so crazy. The one
they go through multiple big websites, Walmart. If you go on Walmart and look something up, that's why you go right on Instagram and Facebook and it's popping up. They're running ads. There are multi-million-dollar companies who do that.
That's so crazy, man. The one I don't like, well, this has nothing to do with ads. This is just Apple. But like, probably happened today. Happens all the time. When you go to leave and it tells you how many minutes till you get home or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And the weird part is I felt really comfortable because I was doing a job cycle for like 6 months, right? And then I broke it once I started school again this semester. And it was still sending me a reminder to go to a specific site. And I was like, okay, bet. This is just a bot. Like, this isn't constantly tracking me. And so it gave me comfort because I was like, okay, I'm not being constantly tracked. But how do you turn that off? How do you stop? Can you stop that? Because I looked it up, man. And they're making it to the point now where if you turn off location services, you can barely use your apps. You can't even fucking use a filter.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. I mean, if you don't want that to happen to you, get another phone.
Do you think that that's an issue we should be looking forward to? Or do you think it's fucked at this point, man? The data's being compromised, your email's out there, your phone number. Do you think that those are problems? Because, I mean, that's why we get these scam likely calls every 5 minutes from job, hire sites and whatnot.
I mean, everything comes with positives and negatives, right? So, I mean, you just got to look at the positive of it. All right, let's say you don't want to do any of it. I mean, you have the capability of any of that not happening. You don't use it. Simple as that. I mean, it's just, if you want to use it and you want to have the positive effects that it does have, you have to take it with the negative too. So, I mean, that's just with anything in life. And I like using Google and I like using YouTube. And, I have to give out certain things for it to happen. That's what has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it'd be best for it if it could not. But I mean, as of right now, what are you to do? Like you said, half your apps don't work if you turn it off. You just gotta adapt, be able to do what you need to do, and keep on moving.
So how do you feel about AI altogether? Do you think that we're moving in a direction where it's beneficial, or do you think it's just going to be screwed at some point? Because a lot of people aren't realizing, just like you said, man, there's a lot of this behind the scenes backdoor kind of shit happening, and people are just think, oh yeah, it's done, what can we do? I'm getting random calls. I say the weird one is when you say something and then it comes up.
Oh yeah.
So how does that one working? Are the microphones turned on and shit?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, go look in Samsung. When you buy a Samsung smart TV, you're allowing them to record what you're saying. I mean, like I say, hey Alexa, turn off the lights, and the lights turn off. Hey Alexa, turn on the lights, and the lights turn on. I mean, you're giving them the capability to do it, and that's just part of it.
But let me ask you a question. Alexa is owned by Amazon. Amazon is in a $600 million deal
contract
with the CIA.
Yeah.
So does that not make you feel weird? Like, okay, we're not out here. We're not terrorists. We're not criminals. None of that. But just my personal life. What if down the line you were in a position and someone used leverage over you because they had that information on your personal life?
I don't even think about stuff like that, to be honest. I just keep on doing who I am. If something unlucky happens to me, I mean, shit, what can I do? I think that's just part of life. I mean, and if it fucks me up, I'm going to try to bounce back as best as I can. And hopefully, it never comes to that point, but you just can't think like that. And I have gotten into stuff like that with like the politics and stuff like that. And really it just puts you down a spiral loophole. I don't even like to touch on it. I don't even like to look at it. It's just not even stuff you don't even want to look into. It just brings all news is now is negative stuff. Everything's negative. So you don't even, no matter who you're looking at, CNN, Fox, all negative stuff. That's what news is. So I don't even look at it. If you want to improve on your life, look at stuff that's actually going to benefit you. Who's president, who's not president, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I've never been into the politics thing, but the technology really interests me because I don't understand it. So I'm like, what's going on?
I don't fully understand it either, which is the crazy thing. But I do know if Elon Musk is saying that we're fucked, we're probably fucked, right?
Yeah, man. If Elon Musk is saying that, I think we're fucked. Okay, so as far as let's get back on the restaurant subject, right? As far as the restaurants go, have you stopped in? You were talking about how you like to go out and you don't try to figure out how to spin the wheel. You just find out what I think Will said this one. Don't try to recreate the wheel, just figure out a better way to spin it. I don't even know. But do you go to other wing restaurants and you get in there and you buy a 6-piece combo and you just kind of...
Any restaurant I walk into now, it's hard for me not to just see how they do things. But that's how it was, with anything I did. Basketball in middle school, I'm looking at how I can get better, looking at other kids, how they can get better. Call of Duty, I'm watching Twitch live streams, looking at how I can approach this angle better or snipe a kid off this better. And same thing with the e-commerce. I'm looking at other stores. I find out that GIFs work really good on product descriptions. I put GIFs into mine, and it's really just taking it one day at a time, improving it, because over time it will all build upon each other. And I can go make a kick-ass Shopify store. I haven't done Shopify in a minute.
Have you been successful on Shopify ever?
I would say so. Yeah, I've been, pretty successful, but
What was your product, if you don't mind me asking?
The product were these fake ass AirPods.
Damn. Okay. But it worked.
Yeah, that shit worked. Yeah, it worked. But I mean, the hassle was not worth it at all.
What do you mean by the hassle?
I mean, just having to go through suppliers, chargebacks, and...
Oh, people send it back?
Right. I mean, just everything just in general about the drop shipping is really just kind of stressful because you don't have the product yourself. You're not seeing what's going on in the background, and nothing wrong with drop shipping. I mean, it was a great first step for me into, entrepreneurship. But I knew as soon as I knew that wasn't going to be what I wanted to do full time. That was just never my kind of thing. And so once I kind of learned that and started doing the agency thing, I mean, when I was I don't know, I think I was 18, I signed a $5,000 a month client for my agency.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many months did you run that for?
Not that long. Not that long. You see, I mean...
Hey, man, if you ran it for 1 month, that's still crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even just a few months is kind of crazy, but I mean, really, it could have went on longer. It was just I fucked up. I mean, it
How
was
so? If you don't mind me asking, what exactly did you not hold your end, or did you like stop providing value?
I wasn't running the right kind of ads.
Oh, so there's like a
I
lack of
mean,
knowledge.
right. They wanted like car accidents. People. It was a personal injury firm, and they wanted like people who got into car accidents. But the leads I was getting them were just general people who got hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So like slip and fall.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it could have went on for longer, but it was just a fuck up on my part, and
Dude, how did you convince them that you were worth $5,000 a month? Jeez, that's
I trust me. When I told my mom, she didn't believe me. I didn't even kind of believe in myself. It was kind of crazy.
like. Did you feel dumb pitching that idea? You're like, yeah, and it's all gonna cost you $5,000 a month.
No,
Were you
not
kinda like,
no, not at all. Anything I do, I thoroughly believe 100% I can do it. And you know, it doesn't always work out, obviously, but anything I truly do, I think I can do it. Because if I don't think I can do it, I won't do it. So yeah.
So how do you pitch that? What was your pitch behind that?
Oh
That's
man,
crazy,
it was
man.
really just like a whole bunch of things built on top from Sam Ovens' course, from this agency growth course to like, man, I think I had like 7 or 8 different courses by the time I was even closing my first deal, and like it was really just everything built on top of each other. And it's funny, everybody's like, oh, Kory spends money on courses. Like, fuck no, I get them shits for free. Like I just ask people for them, and people have their logins, and I just can just build up over time. And
That's interesting. Wow. So you've never even bought a course, but you had courses.
I've bought a course, but
Oh,
that's
like
just because
a course.
yeah, I bought a course, but I've never went out and bought. You know, I think I've bought one course, like literally. I've never bought any other course, and literally it was just from networking, building connections, and really just kind of figuring out for myself YouTube videos. I didn't really care about sitting at home and watching YouTube videos, figuring it out, you know, taking a dump while I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Like, I don't care. I'll figure it out if it's something, you know, I'm happy to do or something I actually want to do. And that's what it comes down to for me. And what I learned at an early age, anything I like to do, I'll get it done. Like I'll be really good at it. So I knew coming in to, you know, being an adult, I had to find something that I like to do.
And that's now transitioned into running a restaurant.
Really just building businesses. I like building businesses right now.
So it's not even the money aspect. You just like seeing that you can do it.
Right. Yeah. Seeing that I can flip a house. Like that's really a big
So have you
thing.
got into real estate?
Oh yeah. I'm currently in the talks with Dooley right now. We're looking into flipping a house.
Dooley. Oh, dude, having him on was great.
Yeah. That's
That-
my homie. Yeah.
that
I
guy
love
was
that
great.
guy.
Well, one thing I liked that Dooley said, man, really stuck with me, and I've been sharing it with people, and it's truly inspirational. It's just so funny. He said, if you're not willing to go through the hardship, the anxiety, then get the fuck out of the way and let someone else do it. Because there's a million people who are willing to go through the anxiety, the hardship, the stress, the risk to get to the other side. And when he said that, I just kind of thought about it, and I was like, oh my God, he's so right. Like if like because I have a couple ideas that I'm working on, you know, businesses that I'm planning to do personally. And I was just, you know, when you're doubting yourself, that's a really good thing to tell yourself. Like, wait a minute, if I'm not going to do it, then why don't I just get the fuck out of the way and let somebody else do it?
Right.
And it's a great mindset. So I just wanted to touch on that. So what are you guys working on right now? Have you done any flips, or are you just kind of...
We're working on doing our first.
So you
Yeah.
acquired funds and now you're trying to put them in? Or
Yeah.
you just...
Yeah. We have the funds. We're just looking for the house.
So it's a flip, but it's not wholesale contracting. It's just an actual fix
Yeah.
up
We're
and
going to flip it. We're going to fix and flip that guy up.
So it's just you and him?
Maybe a few other people with
Huh.
all the funds together.
That's great. So what's you guys' like what are you guys looking for? Like a small family home, a one level? Are you guys into the big houses?
I mean,
you guys trying
definitely like South Atlanta area. Definitely like the area that's kind of getting really gentrified right now. A lot of fixes and flips is going on in those areas. So it's a really hot area to look into right now. But yeah, but kind of like I want to take a step back on what you're saying earlier about how people were saying like either do it or get the fuck out the way. I mean, it's like, yeah, 100%. I mean, if you can just kind of look at the percents of how everything's broken down in society, I mean, a lot of people are not willing to do it. I mean, if you look at it, the average income for a family is, I mean, for a single person is what? 50,000, 60,000.
Garbage.
Right. And you get into the top 10% of America if you have $100,000. It sounds like a lot of money, but
It's not, man. That's before taxes. You're
right.
really, dude, 100 grand is really like 65.
Right.
70 if you write off a bunch of shit.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's terrible.
That's
bro.
top 10%, but a lot of people think that's not.
I mean, it's not terrible. 'Cause there's probably people watching right now who bust their ass.
I know people who are struggling on over $100,000.
Look, here's the thing, all right? I like to get into the mindset of things, but at the end of the day, I respect everybody's hustle, because if someone went to school, stressed out about getting a job, and they got the job, that's success. You got to give it to them. That's their idea of success, but I think there's more. You think there's more.
Right.
I enjoy meeting people that also think that there's more, that don't want to just take what society gives them. So
Right, and it all really comes down to self-awareness on who you are. I mean, I feel like a lot of people do have the ability, they just don't have the knowledge to do it. But there's the capability of getting the knowledge now. That's why I really don't like to say there's excuses anymore, especially, compared to back in the day. It's like, yeah, you had to go to school, get a college degree, and, learn how to do it that way. But now, like, you can go get a course on anything. You can learn how to do it on your own, on YouTube, on Google, and if you're happy, making 50,000 a year and 30,000 a year, and you're just traveling everywhere by yourself and you're living the good life, yeah, you've won 100%. It's just like you said, for other people, there are people who, aspire to be more and drive to be more and better. But really, like, all it really comes down to is, are you just generally happy in life? Because you see people who are millionaires killing themselves, or, you see people who are making money who aren't completely happy. So it's like, for me, one of my big things is like, if I'm not happy doing something, I'll pretty much drop it immediately. If I'm not happy doing it, then I'll just leave it and find something else to do, especially right now. But that was kind of like me with, the drop shipping. It wasn't really ever my thing. And I started doing the marketing agency thing. I mean,
So you just mainly wanted to come up on some bread, but you knew that this wasn't going to be
it wasn't, I just wanted to come up on bread. It was just, I had to try it out to see if I liked it. And, if I try something out, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. So it wasn't really like I just wanted to come up on some bread. It was really just,
why not?
I just had to try it out to see if I liked it. So that was really it. You got to dip your toe in different things.
So are you trying to open another store?
Another restaurant?
No. Another Shopify style e-commerce?
No, not right now. Not at all. My whole 100%, anything I do, my whole 100% focus will be on the restaurant. And I can do the fix and flip because I got my boy Dooley and he knows already what's going on. So he was
and you have capital.
Right, exactly. And I can just give it to him and I can, come peek my head in every once in a while, but I know he'll get the job done. So having that connection is really cool. But really my main focus is the restaurant. If he needs something from me, I'll give it to him. But having somebody like him to be able to go through and that's his whole business is the real estate. So that's really cool.
Yeah. AD acquisitions, right?
Right.
Huh. Wow. Hey man, here's the thing. All right. Not only do I want to thank you for your time today, but I also just want to thank you for the knowledge that you've given everybody listening. Because I feel like you don't think that you've spit shit, but that's because you're running this program every day. Trust me, I have the same issue where I just think like, what the fuck? Everyone's thinking this. But people aren't, man. You'd be surprised. Sometimes all it takes is somebody to say something that sparks a person to be like, what am I doing? And it just happens instantly. That's why I like to call this like a space. Because we're not doing anything but providing a space for someone else to manifest the next big thing. But, we're almost at an hour, believe it or not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it hits everyone the same. So if you just want to go ahead, man, and just shout out your Instagram pages, shout out any way that people can get in touch with you, the restaurant, address, location, because people support you, man. They want to get involved. They want to get in touch with you. And they want to support you. So if you just want to take a moment, or
I guess for sure. My Instagram's at Kory Lau. The restaurant's Dollar Cafe. The website is dollar.cafe, no .com, just dollar.cafe. You can find us in Morrow, Georgia by Southlake Mall. And yeah, if you're ever just in the Atlanta area or going down to the airport, come by and get some food, and definitely ask for Kory. I'll probably be in there.
Can I put the address in the video description?
Yeah, of course.
Well, hey, man, thank you so much for your time. No problem. Just like every other time, I'm Charbel Milan. Today we got
Kory Lau.
And this has been a time shared. Thank you so much. Much.